We'll get started. Okay, so for those of you on the call tonight or video thing tonight, I'm glad you're here. So I'm going to start doing these Sunday night trainings again. I think it's really important that we connect as a team as much as possible. And the other thing I've been feeling is that we have a lot of just different ways that we're connecting with new people with our income producing activity list. And I feel like it's important to just kind of go through each one of those income producing activities and give a little bit of a training. This right here, this week that we have is the last full week of May. We have a couple of days after, I think we have like 9 days of the month left. So I feel like it's a really good time for us to really focus on our income producing activities. I wanted to let you guys know also that I'm working on updating our box documents. And right now we have box documents that are pinned to the Facebook link, our Facebook group. There's a pinned post, and in that pinned post you can go and it takes you to a box.com list of documents. And so I'm updating that. And so I'm actually going to be posting that and pinning that at the top of our page tonight. The new link, and then I'm also going to keep the old link because I don't have everything up on the new link yet. I'm still working on that. And so I'm going to kind of have them both up there. You'll want to check the top one first because it's going to have the most up-to-date things on there, but the old link is going to have stuff that we've been using that I just haven't updated yet. Okay. And so I'll just keep you guys posted as we come up with new things on there. So you guys, our system is simple. You want to have a minimum of 10 income producing activities on your calendar in a 30-day rolling day time frame. So I think it's a good thing to get in the habit of each morning or evening, looking at your calendar, looking at your next 30 days and counting how many income producing activities you have. And in the box, in the new box, we do have this list of the income producing activities, okay? And it's a pretty long list. Like there's a lot of different ways that you can connect with people. And so I feel like it's important to pick a few things on here that you feel like you can really embrace and just be consistently doing those. And as you feel like you've been doing those, you can add to your repertoire of income producing activities. So the first thing on here is group events. And I feel that group events are sort of the best use of your time as you're getting in front of more people at once. And if you're a super busy person, like most of us are, being able to talk to 4 to 6 people at one time versus one person at a time is a really good use of time. And I really feel like people have fun and they learn a lot of things at our group events. So on here, under group events, we have our Healthy Inside and Out presentation, our healthy happy hour, our foot soaks, or what I like to call mini spa, and then our facials, the ultimate facial, for example, and then our cosmetic event, which I'm still trying to figure out, by the way. So I just have, here, this is a list of things to choose from. So what I want to do tonight is kind of just talk about what our Healthy Inside and Out looks like, what that group event looks like, okay? This presentation, this Healthy In and Out, focuses on skincare and nutrition, okay? I am in the process of making a list of everything you need for this presentation, kind of a checkoff list. I know that if I don't have a list, there are things that I forget. It's who I am. I need a list. So I'm going to make sure you guys have a list. So it could just be something you could just check off. Okay, I have my RE9 set. Okay, I have my nutrition products. Okay, I have my pins. I have, what I need. The other thing about this presentation is it's the same basic presentation that you're going to use for an ultimate facial. We do switch the order a little bit. Instead of talking about skincare first, we talk about nutrition first, just because we're going to end up putting skincare on at the end of the presentation. But it's the same presentation. For like a mini spa, a mini spa could be, you could use a mask. You could just do a foot soak and sip on some detox tea. You guys are just making it fun. You're just making it fun for people to want to be there and learn and hear about Herbon products. I also feel like the more products that they're using, the more they're going to want them. So it's good to have people using products. But with this presentation, we're going to be doing basically all the products on the back of a hand. When you're just doing the plain healthy in and out presentation. And you would do this presentation at business launches. So if you're going to do a business launch, this is the presentation that you would do at the business launch. And the other thing is I actually went through the script, and I just recorded this earlier today, and it's actually in the process of uploading on Facebook right now, not Facebook, YouTube. And I'm going to put the link in our team box as a training document. But I know that for me, when I first started, one of the best things that I did was listen to Deanna Herron over and over and over doing the presentation. And I would read through the presentation as she was saying it on a video, and I would write down things that she said, or, you know, things that I thought were valuable, or highlight things, or, you know, that kind of thing. And so I made a video for you guys to be able to listen to that. Okay. I think it's really important that at any group event, you just have fun and be authentic, okay? And I think to be authentic, you need to be a product of the product. You need to be using the products. If you're not using the products, I don't feel like you can be authentic. And so one of the things I heard early on in my business is facts tell, but stories sell. People want to hear what the products have done for you, okay? So if you're not using the products, you're not going to have stories, okay? Let's see. So in the box link that I have, and that will be on our Servant Hearts page tonight, we'll have a healthy in and out folder. In fact, it's going to be, the folder is called Servant Hearts Team Folder. And then underneath that, there's going to be several different folders. The first folder is like, if you're a new consultant, click here. The second folder is if you're starting a new consultant, you know, for a sponsor, click here. The third one is presentations. And when you click on presentations, there'll be a folder of folders. And the first one is healthy in and out presentation. So if you click on that, you'll have everything you need for that healthy in and out presentation, including like the training video that I just did, and even this video, okay? So before the presentation, when you're doing a healthy in and out presentation, as guests arrive, you need to be proactive in taking them to the sink and having them wash their hands with a face wash. Make sure they smell it. Make sure that they lather it up. So I don't know if you guys know this, but our face wash needs a lot of water to lather up. So if it's not lathering up, just add a little more water. And then what you're going to do is use the Awaken on, I always do their right hand. I use the Awaken, and I do it. I put the scrub on their right hand. I rub their right hand, and I rinse their right hand. And then I let them know that we're going to put the rest of the skincare on their left hand. Okay, so they've been able to use the Awaken, and it's wonderful. It smells good. And then we're going to use the skincare on the left hand. And I give them a lap board and a pen. And so I just want to show you what's in my lap board. I've really simplified this, okay? So this is the client care form that we use, okay? That hasn't really changed at all. And then I have this one-page kind of overview of our 30 days, and this is in our box, so you have all of this there, okay? I like this because it's short, succinct, and really tells the quick story of that, okay? And then the third thing I have right now, this one was just done by my friend Gina. I love it. So one of the things, I think I'm getting ahead of myself, but one of the things I have found is that because our catalog is so thick and doesn't have prices right now, but that will change. But our catalog is so thick and there's so many different things that how many of you guys have been at an event and someone's like, you know what, can I take this book home and look at it, and then, you know, I'll place an order with you in a couple days or whatever. I just want to look at this. Because what happens is it's too much and there's too many things, and a confused mind will say, no, I can't. There's just too much for me to look at, so I want to take it home and look at it. So I've not been using a catalog. It's actually been working really, really well. I've been using this form. And so I'll talk a little more about that at the end. And I'll talk a little bit more about this form. And but basically it has some packages, some 20% off packages here, or 40% off packages here, and then kind of like if you build your own. If there's something that doesn't work for you in a package, we can build you something that you want. So that's it. That's all that's in the lap board, those 3 pages. Okay, so that's really, really easy and simple. And if you're new and you're watching this, you can get these lap boards at the boutique that's on that you can get to from arbonne.com. And if you don't have these, just use a clipboard. Okay. Okay. So we've washed their hands, and you guys, while you're at the sink, what's really important is not so much talking about the products. I do like to show them how it lathers up and it smells good and all of that, but also get to know them a little bit. I really, really try to learn people's names at the sink. That's like my goal, is to, when they walk out, I know their name. But one of the things I always ask them first is how they know the hostess. I like to ask them where they're from, because a lot of people don't live where they came from. I like to ask them what they do for a living, that kind of thing. Okay, so just getting to know them and having them talk to me and ask them some questions. And then once, you guys, it's really important you're the proactive consultant, that you're the one saying, hey, do you mind coming with me? I want to have you guys wash your hands with the face wash and do a hand treatment with a sea salt scrub. Like, you be proactive in getting things started, because if you're not proactive in getting things started, it will just delay the start time. So you guys know that if you set a time for 6 o'clock, it will start at 6:30, right? If you set a time for 6:30, it will start at 7. There is always a half-hour delay between when you set the time and when you actually start. So during that time is when you are pulling people in and you're getting them getting their hands treated and giving them their stuff. So everybody will have a lap board and a pen, and they go sit down. And then you're going to do the presentation. So, and I already made a video of going through the actual script and all of that. So that will be uploaded tonight, and I will let you guys know on our page when it's up. But once everybody's seated, you can start the presentation. Okay. Okay, so in my notes here, I'm talking about the close sheet. So right now, this is for May, because you guys know in June some things are going to change a little bit as far as shipping and the way that the preferred rewards are working, as well as not having the free membership. With a $250 order, it's going to be free shipping. Okay. But I think our sheet will look something like this. Okay. And so these are like 20% off packages, one for nutrition, one for skincare, kind of like a starter package, kind of gets them to that $150 and gets them a free product. Okay. And then we have our nutrition value pack, our skincare value pack, and the Genius Ultra value pack. Okay. And then all of their credit card information and that can go down here, or they can create their own. Now with the create their own, that's where all of this information they're checking is really going to come in handy. Okay. If they're talking about crow's feet and sun damage and all of that, I mean, you can obviously recommend a package. If they're talking about having blackheads and whiteheads and large pores, you can say, hey, we have some really great masks, that act like a vacuum to like vacuum your pores. And so you can just start building their package back here. You're also going to be showing favorites. Okay. During this presentation, you're going to have some favorites that you show. So, we're talking specifically about RA9. We're talking specifically about nutrition. So in your favorites, branch out. Talk about the makeup brushes are always super popular at my shows that I do. I also like to show the primer. I like showing that the primer, when you put the primer on their hand, the hand they put the primer on, like literally the pores disappear. And you can have them compare their hands and see that the pores disappear. And of course, the primer feels amazing. So, you can show them other lines. I like to talk about the hair serum. I love the hair serum. Talk about it's a hair protectant. It helps your hair stay like not get the dry ends and that kind of thing. So talk about products that you love that aren't necessarily in the RA9 and that aren't in the nutrition. Of course, once we have our device, our Ultra device, that will be the time to talk about that as well. And maybe even do a little demonstration, you know, on somebody. Okay, so like I said earlier, I think that these presentations are a very important part of our system, and they're very effective in helping you find new clients and business partners. And they also help to leverage your time as you get to talk to more people at once. Okay, you guys, and then for closing, I think closing is one of those things that is a skill, and that most of us going into a business like this, most of us aren't business people. We're mostly, you know, just in a workplace, not selling things necessarily. So closing is a skill, and the more you do it, the better you get, okay? And I am still working on perfecting it even to this day. But it's really important to focus on the 3 S's, which is scheduling, selling, and sponsoring. That's what we do in Arbonne. We sell, we schedule, we sponsor. So with each person, you're going to focus on all 3: selling, scheduling, and sponsoring. In the presentation, this Healthy In and Out, at the end, it talks about circling a 1, 2, or 3. And what I've done in our training is explain to you that they may be able to circle a 1, a 2, and a 3. They may be interested in product, okay? They may also be interested in having a few people together. They would circle a 2. And they also might be interested in being a consultant. So you could have someone actually circle a 1, 2, and a 3. Okay, but even if they don't circle those things, I'm still going to talk to them about scheduling and sponsoring. Okay, so in the past, what we've been told is to set up a separate place for people that you could speak privately with people. And what I have found over the years of doing this is that when I go set myself apart from everybody, people leave and I don't get to talk to them. So what I've been doing is, as soon as I'm done with the presentation, you know, I take my my catalog, my Arbonne calculator app, and if you don't have the app, it's just called the Arbonne calculator. You need it. It's amazing. It makes your life so much easier. And my calendar, and go and I talk to each person. I go and talk to them, okay, and not wait for them to come and talk to me, okay. So at the close station, we're going to ask. Let's see. Basically, I would look at their sheet, their client profile sheet, and look at their concerns, and then I would offer a package, okay? So if they're checking off a bunch of concerns about their skin, obviously, I'm going to offer them the 40% off skincare package and say, listen, this is based on everything I see here, this is the best bang for your buck. This is what it looks to me like, you know, with all of these things that you've checked off, this is what you need. You know, and if they're like, well, I don't know, I can do 261 or whatever. So, you know, maybe you talk them into this package. Okay. So, and then, you know, you kind of go through that. If they are down here and they're talking about all that they're gassy and bloated and having sugar cravings and blah, 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 then of course, what am I going to recommend? This package here. Right? So when you're selling, recommend packages. That's why they're here. It's an easy thing. They can just point to it and say, I want that. If you have to work on something, building something, then work on building something in the back. You guys always, always, always want to get people to that $150 order if they're going to become a preferred client. If somebody's going to be at $95, they might as well be at $150, because what's going to happen at $150 is that, yes, they're going to pay $20, but they're going to save $30, okay? They're already saving more than they're paying for the membership, and they're going to get a free product, okay? So it is, you know, it's such a better deal for them just to go ahead and hit that 150 mark. The other thing about the 150 mark is our bonuses, our district manager bonuses, our area manager bonuses, and all of that, they're all dependent on having $150 preferred clients and consultants, okay? So you want to get them to at least 150. If they marked a 2 on their client care form, with this new presentation, they're indicating that they want to have a get-together. I am out of water. They want to have a get-together. But even if they didn't mark a 2, it is completely okay and expected by me that you're going to ask them to have a gathering. Okay. So you might say, you know, I'm sure that we, as we were working, you know, as we were talking tonight, that there was somebody that you thought of that you would like to share this information with, you know. So it'd be really, really fun for me to come, and maybe we could do something like a mini spa, or we could do a facial. The facial is amazing. It's a $150 facial developed by an esthetician, and I show you how to use the products. It would be really fun, and I have Fridays and Saturdays available. Which one works better for you? So you go in with an expectation that they do want to get together, okay? And you have your calendar ready to book, okay? You can also let them know that if they want to book tonight, you have a free gift that you're going to bring them. Maybe you're going to bring them a free, I don't know, sea salt scrub, okay? Everybody loves a sea salt scrub. I'm going to bring you a free sea salt scrub for booking with me tonight, okay? So you can give them an incentive for booking with you tonight, kind of thing, okay? But I don't want you not to assume that they don't want to have a gathering just because they didn't circle a 2 on their paper, okay? All right, and then the third thing they can circle is a 3. And the 3 means that they're interested in the business. Now, if they didn't circle a 3, but you feel like there's still somebody you want to ask that you think would be good at it or that you connected with, you can say, have you ever thought about doing something like this? They could say yes or no. And then you could say, well, I think you'd be really good at this because blah, 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 and tell them why you think they'd be good at it. You know, you're so good with people. You're so positive. You like to have so much fun. I mean, whatever it is that you saw and connected with them, let them know. Would you be willing to watch a 6-minute video and answer a few questions and get together for some coffee? And it's totally okay if it's not a fit for you, but I think you should just take a look at it and see. You know, throw it out there. So, you know, you're going to basically, whether they've circled a 1, 2, or 3 product, host, and consultant, you're going to still act as if they want to purchase product, get somebody together, as well as become a consultant, okay? So, and we're going to have other trainings on that. And I just want to give you guys a call to action. If you have not done a healthy in and out presentation, I would like to encourage you to go ahead and get some booked. If you haven't had one, a presentation in your own home for a while, I want to encourage you to invite some people to your home that maybe you haven't shared Arbonne with yet, and just let them know that you're going to be doing this presentation and you'd like to practice on them, kind of thing. And I want to encourage you to get your 10 income-producing activities on your 30-day rolling calendar. So basically looking at your calendar, whether you do it in the morning or in the evening, become consistent at that. Make that something that you do daily, that you look at your calendar and say, okay, I have 1, 2, I have 6. All right, let me look at this and see what can I fit in. I could probably fit in a healthy inside and out presentation on this Tuesday and that Thursday. And then call people and let them know that you'd like to book that with them. And that's another training for another day, is booking presentations. But I want you guys to go, and I want you to look at the link once I get it posted, and look at all the documents in the Healthy In and Out presentation. And then I will also have the video that I did posted as well. So I'm going to go ahead and unmute you guys. And if you have questions, okay, you guys are unmuted. Does anybody have any questions? I kind of went fast. So
I don't.
You're good, Jess? Jen, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yes.
Okay, so all right, so we'll be talking more, and I'll get these posted, and then let me go ahead and stop the recording.